Shout out Amped, man. I just wanted to keep watching that, to be honest. I just sort of wanted to I'd rather just watch the intro. Morning, everyone. How we doing? Welcome back. Happy Thursday. Man, this week has flown by. Morning, everyone. Welcome back. Morning, morning, morning. Appreciate that. Thank you, Amped, for the good work. Amp's been helping me out with getting some cool intros. All right. Today, GDP. Today, unemployment claims. Sad news last night. Yeah, man. That is that's some crazy stuff. Scary. Life short. Could be. So, man, I definitely have fear of flying, and that news does not help. I definitely a little bit uncomfortable in the planes, just a little bit. I not fully sitting there in full comfort. I've gotten better at trying to let it be, but yeah, I've always had a little bit of I just think about what could be, right? And that news last night, that's like, oh man. So, man, rest in peace to those people and to their families. I saw a video of like some guy waiting for his wife. It's sad stuff. So, yeah. Don't fly anymore. Yeah, it's tough to not fly, It's tough. All right. Well, First American. Yeah, I mean, it's a very low OJ. I mean, it's a very low probability. For sure. All right, guys, let's get started. So today, GDP. Today, unemployment claims. We have the FOMC out of the way. Seemed like the market was sort of okay with it. Really no big actions on it. Just sort of a whatever, right? We're fine. Meta earnings. I think a good meta earnings for semiconductors. It does seem like some semiconductors are reacting positively off this. Mostly Broadcom. I saw the biggest moves on Broadcom, MRVL. ASML is coming back nicely post earnings for them. So some of those look really good. Broadcom's definitely a top watch for me today. This one looks to be getting the move more than any others. So I'm definitely watching the Broadcom today. That's definitely a big watch. NVIDIA, man, I don't know exactly what is... I think the problem with NVIDIA right now is the fear of China exports, being totally banned and that affecting the revenue numbers for NVIDIA. I definitely could sort of feel that, which is somewhat concerning me on the current dip buy. But I don't want to let that, until something breaks there, I don't want to let that take me out of the trade. That is definitely it's seemingly the problem right now. I understand that after that big drop, it's going to take some time for it to really catch back up and get some momentum back in it. I also believe there is larger powers at work here, keeping this lower. I really do. Someone's attacking this. Possibly. I don't want to say it. There's definitely something attacking NVIDIA, right? Keeping it lower. Definitely a lot of heavy selling. So there is a little bit of a concern there for me. I could see it on the tape. You could definitely see it in the price action. But for now, the game plan is valid and the idea is proper. And the levels are holding. So I want to stay patient there, right? I'll look around to other opportunities while that sits, such as Broadcom, which looks to be a little bit more of a here and now type move, right? Definitely Broadcom is here and now, right? And actually moving as we speak. So that's definitely one I think you want to focus on more. NVIDIA is one that needs to catch up, right? Needs to wake up. But I just know that if you do get that wake up, it's going to be very aggressive and it's going to be a very advantageous. So I want to also keep my eyes on it, but also understand not to let it sort of suck me in all day, right? Don't let that, don't watch that all day. Let it be. Focus on the other opportunities that are here and now. I think Broadcom is definitely one that's a little bit more free and something to watch today in terms of the semiconductor comeback trade, right? So we'll see, right? We'll see what GDP has to say today. We'll see what SMH has to say today. And then, GDP and unemployment claims. Then we'll see how the SMH responds today. And so far, on the Nasdaq and on the S&P 500, there is some very clear holds coming in that I want to show you guys that look fantastic for the overall market to continue higher. The overall market looks just fine. It looks absolutely perfect for more upside. I'll show you guys my read there. It's really just this one sector, the SMH sector, that is sort of still stagnant. But man, do I still think there's something to watch, right? I really do. So let's get into it. I think the key right now is, right, focus on the movers. Don't let the stuff that's not moving too much get you really, worked up. If you want to take NVIDIA, if you want to dip by it, it's going to be a very patient trade. And that's sort of what I'm trying to remind everyone that's, following me or has an idea or sort of alongside the NVIDIA idea of dip buying it. It's not going to be, an overnight comeback trade. It's definitely going to be something that the patient will win. You're going to have to stay patient on this idea. There's a key level that it needs to break to really get going. And that might be the right move, right? Wait for it to actually break that level and the catalyst, right, to get it to go. And I'll talk about that today. So let's jump into it. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Hopefully get a video out tonight for you guys. I just haven't had too much content there hasn't really been much going on. I'll probably make a little video about our Costco trade, maybe our Philip Morris trade and our Netflix. I got some nice trades that are still working. I've just been sort of babysitting this NVIDIA for now. But, yeah, here we go. Economic calendar. So today is Thursday. You guys can see 8:30. We're about to get our GDP and our unemployment claims. Those are some important things to pay attention to this morning. So let's see how that reacts. And then tomorrow, PCE and employment cost index. On the earnings side today, we do have Apple. That is definitely going to be a big earnings today. So let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. Apple definitely going to be a big one for the overall market. Here it is. You guys can see Apple, Intel, Visa tonight. This morning, we got UPS, MasterCard, Blackstone. Is that BlackRock or Blackstone? I think it's BlackRock. Someone please correct me there. I need to know. Okay. I don't know why this is confusing me. I can't read it. Southwest, Caterpillar, Altria. Last night, Obviously, Tesla, Meta, Microsoft. We'll look at those. Lam Research, good report for the semiconductors last night right here. IBM, also the biggest mover of the earnings. Blackstone? Okay. Someone says BlackRock. Someone says Blackstone. Yeah, am I an idiot? No, yeah, it's Blackstone. It's BX. It's Blackstone. That's it. Blackstone. BX. So Blackstone also makes those grills, yes. they do, but that is a different company, okay? BX is not the Blackstone that you put on the outside and you grill up a nice smash burger on. That's a different company. Anyways, IBM High Flyer, Lam Research, good earnings. ServiceNow down, and that sort of hurt some of the software names yesterday. Meta, obviously strong. Tesla, decent. Microsoft down. So we'll go ahead and look at all those today. But let's go ahead and jump into it on the Nasdaq futures. The first thing I want to point out, guys, is a very large read. It's a zoomed out read. I know people don't look at this much, but I really do think this is important to pay attention to. And it should sort of calm some nerves out there, at least in my opinion right now. It's the weekly chart on the Nasdaq futures, right? The weekly chart on the Nasdaq futures, it looks absolutely fine, right? And I know there's a lot of panic up here as the market trades sideways, and a lot of every day something's different, and every day we're jumbling over our emotions and our fear and our concerns. But when you zoom out, man, right, I just don't see it, right? I don't see it yet. I don't see the reason to be concerned. You are very clearly still maintaining above these previous highs. There is a huge wick on the weekly chart. This week, we have a monster wick on the weekly chart, pushing this back higher, showing that there's buyers down below. Still maintaining, right? Look at this wick just popping higher after the drop into that 21,000 area. And when you zoom out to this weekly chart, man, I just do not see the reason to be panicked here or concerned. So, yeah, that's that, right? I still see this. I still see the potential of maybe something like a flag break after some consolidation. I definitely still think there's a possibility of this upside continuation. So, that is, when you zoom out to that chart, I just don't see the concern. Obviously, we do have a lot of earnings